Everything to do with the Thieves Guild troubles are now over. We can be thieves again. Brynjolf and Vex can handle the routine things and I'll make the big decisions. They know what I am. It's no big secret being the Dragonborn anymore, and after talking to them, they know how important it is for me to do the work I am doing. Other than that, I want one of them to take over the guild completely. I'll still work from them now and then, but I don't want to be in charge of the guild. They know my feelings on that as well. The companions are led by werewolves, and I don't really want to become a part of that. I heard there is no cure for such a thing, though if Serana was also cured of vampirism. I don't know, but I do know that I don't want to become a werewolf. Besides, maybe they're all happy being werewolves, and I don't want to bother them. Just like the Thieves Guild, I'll take work from them, but I don't want to be what they are. Are you nocturnal?
My. What do we have here? It's been a number of years since I've set foot on your world. Or perhaps it's been moments. One tends to lose track. Hand me the key.
You want the key? No. I will use the key to unlock all the nightingales from your slavery. Get the ravens on their arms.
Slavery? They signed their fates to me willingly.
Well, I won't.
Just as you sealed your fate when you defied me. Let your carcass be fed to the ravens.
That sounds ominous. I cannot believe I just defied a Daedric prince right to her face. Nocturnal cursed me in many ways when we left her Twilight Sepulchre. But when the skeleton key was destroyed, not only did the Thieves Guild get all their luck back, but the curses placed upon me have been lifted. Who are you?
Had fun playing with my key?
Mercer. Why are you here?
I am a nightingale too, remember?
Huh.
I could have run away with the key and unlocked my fate from Nocturnal. But your meddling has costed me my freedom.
I found your notes about how we can keep the key and still bring back our luck.
Of course you did. Obviously, I'm no longer in a condition where I can execute those plans, thanks to you. I will use the key to free the nightingales. How commendable. Do you expect me to bow before you in gratitude? That you would free me when I could have done so myself?
That's not what you are going to do. Out of my way, Mercer. You just want to take the key and be rich from it. Out of my way.
No, you fool.
Huh?
Did you think I would let you take the key to the Evergloam alive?
Really?
I have another chance to kill you again. Not for Nocturnal, not for the key.
For yourself.
I'll see you dead for the sake of it.
It was pretty petty of Mercer Frey to want to fight me again. You would think that he'd have learned his lesson the first time. But now, without any more nightingales, since I freed them all, Mercer will be in Aetherius where he belongs. At least I think so. Hope so. As much as I may not like him, I wouldn't wish an eternity of enslavement or torture for him somewhere else. Some Oblivion realms are just like that. Horrible places to be forced to live due to your choices in life. We are back in Falkreath again with much to do in the area. I love this place. I also like the smell of the woods and the crisp, but not freezing cold mornings. Crisp to those milk drinkers down in Cyrodiil is freezing cold, and freezing cold up here to a Nord is instant death to someone down in Cyrodiil. We Nords always laughed at anyone that claimed it was cold during a Cyrodiil winter. They just don't know cold. My first wife, Amelia, used to do that too. She'd double up on her clothing to go outside in the snow. Sometimes I'd walk out just in my bare underclothes to show her it didn't bother me, though in truth that was a bit cold. But I was putting on a show for her. She used to think I never got cold. I am always warm after all. I tend to sweat easily in the southern areas of Cyrodiil, especially during the summers. In winter, the first thing she did when we got to bed was to put her cold feet on me to warm herself up. I let her do it, and I even grew to like it. To her, I was just this big, warm animal she'd warm herself up with by cuddling close during the night, or if the fire wasn't hot enough during the day, she'd come and sit next to me and lay against my side or ask me to hold her. Our daughter Salonia sort of took after both of us. She was able to stay warmer than her mother, but couldn't take the cold as well as I could. The perfect little mixed child. I really miss her. I won't dwell on these thoughts for long, or I will get sad. So, being in Falkreath, I'm hoping to impress the Jarl so I can become his thane, which means being able to buy that land to build a home. To do that, we need to do all the jobs around the area and make a good name for myself. So, let us begin. Okay, we're close. It's, supposed to go to this spot to receive the blessing of Akatosh. North of Angie's camp, whom I met. She trained me a little in archery. Out of the way, Fox. This is also right close to where I killed my mother. Well, it's behind me. It's not this way, it's there. Maybe up there. Huh. Is that a dragon? I think that's a dragon. Not a dead one. I can find a way over there. So this... Ooh. What's been going on here? Necromancy. Oh, this is not the way up. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Not the way for horses, though. Sorry, Princess. I think we need to go on foot from here. If I can get up here. This looks kind of impossible to climb. I'm going back where I was. I still see the dragon right there. Cold. This is also close by where we went to the, Princess, come! Where we went to, the vampires. It is for Zora. To free Zora's sister, she was in there. Was she in there, or was it, I forget. We need to go in there for something. I think a crystal. Oh, it's cold, but I'm going. Getting on well. The light of Magnus is keeping me warm. It's nice. But I think I'm going in the right area. So there's also a bunch of other things to do around Falkreath area. There's things around here. I'll be busy for a while. These aren't they're not major tasks, but I'm hoping to impress the Jarl so I can become a thane here and buy that piece of land. I think this is where we had a fight with my mother. Bandits have probably been using it since. Yeah, she fell down there. That was months ago. Probably, oh, there's the dragon. It was probably picked apart clean since then. Nice. Anything in this chest? Ooh, whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I could have taken these things, but I chose not to. Somebody's not looted it. Right, so I'm back to where my mother died. It's the exact spot. But where is the blessing of Akatosh? What, was the dragon give it to me? It's right down there. You think the dragon will give me the blessing? How do I get back up? Oh, there's a little camp down there. Alright, that's all fine and good. The big problem is getting down alive. I don't know. This is steep. I wouldn't want to try this on a horse. That is too sheer. This, I may be able to slip. Oh, hopefully I don't slip and die. Ah, careful. Ooh. Ow. I cracked my knee. I'm more agile than I thought I was. I see it. Is it a dead body or is it a man sitting? My eyes aren't that good. They're not bad, but they're not that good. Looks like he's sitting. I'm a little leery of just walking up to a dragon. They've been trying to kill me almost since I got back to Skyrim. I'm a little leery of this. But the dragon should know that we're here. They have good hearing and sense of smell. So, a woman, huh? What's going on? I came for the blessing of Akatosh.
Greetings, traveler. It's not often we get visitors this far up the mountainside, but I'm sure Vahlokmir is pleased to have the company.
Oh, you talk like Zora. Vlakomir? Is that your pet dragon?
Vahlokmir is not a pet. If anything, I am his.
Oh? Vlakomir must be its name. I'm actually familiar with the dragon tongue.
Oh? Do you speak dragon? How wonderful! Maybe that will get Vahlokmir talking. He's very loyal, but very shy.
Very shy. Not so shy that he's not hiding. Where did you and Vlakomir meet?
To the north, in the forest of Falkreath. I was tracking an elk with hoofprints as big as the white stag of legend. I meandered through the forest, my eyes fixated on the dirt, when I found the track stamped over by a much larger print. As I ran my fingers across the edges, a long shadow crept over my body, and it wasn't until then that I took my eyes off the ground.
What did you do?
I shrieked so loud the birds and the cicadas fled from the trees. Suddenly, I was face to face with an actual dragon. Once I was all out of screams and all out of breath, I realized I was still alive. That's when I noticed the arrow lodged into his wing. He doesn't like it when I say so, but Vahlokmir is very sensitive. The wound was minor, but I knew he needed my help. So I reached for an old hunter's salve I had in my satchel, and I decided to heal him.
That was brave of you. I hope I would have done the same.
It kindles my heart to know that there are those who judge not by fear and rumor, but by truth and honor. Vahlokmir did no more than grunt when I dug my hands into his scales and climbed up his great back.
What? You climbed on his back? How did you remove the arrow?
I maneuvered his spine, grabbing fangs of rock that jutted from his skin. The arrow was right there, near the crook where his body met his wing. I clutched the arrow by the fletchings, yanking it out with all my strength. Too much strength. The force of it made me lose my balance. I would have fell to the ground and croaked my skull, if Vahlokmir didn't swivel his head around to catch me.
So you rescued a dragon. How did you end up here?
Well, even after I applied the poultice and the healing spell, Vahlokmir was in no condition to fly. Mentally, anyway. And it wasn't long before some of the other hunter folk came stumbling through in search of prey. There were two of them, dressed in scale armor, with bright silver coins of light shining off their chest plates.
What did you do?
When I heard their voices laughing through the trees, I dove into the thickest of grass and lay in wait, my dagger clenched between my teeth. The hunters, meanwhile, drew their weapons, their eyes mesmerized by the great beast that lay wounded before them. Most would have fled at the sight of Vachlokmir, but when the dragon covered at the sight of them, it only gave them courage.
I'm not sure. Only weaklings engage in a wounded opponent.
A hunter seeks every advantage, which is why he traps animals he aims to kill. Yet these folk sought to murder, not to hunt.
Dragon is not a hunt, a dragon is a battle. What happened after the hunters arrived?
When the hunters came, Vachlokmir curled up his head and tail, hiding under the canopy of wings. He was so teeny. The hunters laughed as they split up to flank him. Slaying a dragon was great prestige. Nobody would ever believe it wasn't. I pulled the dagger from my teeth and watched as the shorter one circled toward me. I could practically smell the stink hopping off his furs. I rose to a crouch and raised my arms to his throat. When my nose betrayed me, I sneezed.
Did they hear you sneeze?
Both hunters turned toward me, but they managed to get the short one. All I felt was the rush, and the hot spray of blood trickling down my leg. My body was on fire, but I was scared. Perhaps Vachlokmir sensed this, because as the other hunter charged, he unfurled his wings and let out a roar. The sky shook and the earth cracked, and the man flaked like no man I've ever seen. But I reckoned he'd be back, maybe with the city guard.
Against the dragon.
We had to hide. Although the hardest part was convincing Vachlokmir he could still fly.
I know I'm going to die. Eventually, I give up and take a big, watery breath.
A daring escape and a noble endeavor.
It's fantastic.
You're very kind adventurer. Perhaps you would like to stay for dinner? Vachlokmir is getting quite good at hunting deer.
Many in this land despise dragons. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm dragonborn. I supposedly has the soul of one, but I have to stop them. So, I don't know what you think of them, but obviously you're friendly with this one.
I wish it weren't so, but folk are scared. And scaring, when it comes to fear, everyone's a merchant, and everyone's buying. The hostfire frets and paces, afraid the dragon will swoop down and eat her children or set fire to her home. The city guardsman trains in the barracks, worried all his boasts of heroism will melt away under the heat of a dragon's flame. The farmer picks his crops before they are ripe, and the hunter starves the forest of rabbits and deer. Same goes for blacksmiths, lumberjacks, milk and tavern maids. Every bored, middle-aged, drunken soul who thought they had nothing to live for.
In other words, the presence of dragons puts everyone collectively on edge.
Now, all of a sudden, they have something to lose. So entire towns live in fear, leaping to panic every time a cloud drifts over the sun. It's very sad. If only they'd lie down their fear and open their hearts, they'd see that the dragon is capable of mercy and a creature of kindness.
I suppose so, but the dragon that's after me wants to kill me so it can destroy this world or take it over. Except their fears are real. Dragons attack villages without compunction.
I wonder, was it the dragon who attacked first? Or the guard folk, instead of panic, who fired an arrow into the air?
Oh, I'm sure it was the dragon that attacked
Vachlokmir were
Cat
not going
first.
to the village for fear of this very thing.
They shouldn't. If he is a good dragon, I mean, there are stories of them in the past, but... You know what, I actually came in need of... I guess it's this one. This one's aid, Valakamir. He's supposed to give me the blessing of Akatosh.
Many folk would shy away from a dragon, but it is Vahlokmir who shies from all. I am sorry, but he is not a weapon of war.
No, that's not why I'm here. I only wish to use his spirit to channel the power of Akatosh.
It is true that Vahlokmir is descended from dragon folk, but this does not make him a god.
Actually, all I need is for him to bless me on my quest.
If Vahlokmir was the one to speak, I am sure he would. But perhaps a gentle nod is good enough?
Gentle nod.
Vahlokmir, what say
Okay.
you? Do you bless this traveler?
Oh,
It seems to have worked. And I think he likes you. Not many folk does he approve.
I think he
Well,
was
I
listening.
trust you got what you came for. Goodbye.
What?
Yes?
I'm more interested in learning about you. What are you doing here? She's actually a bit of a pretty girl.
Really? Well, if you're that curious, I'll gladly tell you my story. I was raised in a community of hunters. My mother taught me to track, hunt, and skin, and my father taught me how to craft cages and traps.
Oh, yes, you're everywhere in Skyrim.
He was so proud when I fashioned my first bear trap. He shoved it to a neighboring hunter, who offered to make a good use of it.
What happened next?
A group of hunters had found a bear alcove near the outcroppings by Evergreen Grove. That day, 4 of them left, but only 3 returned. One of them spit at my father as he passed him, then threw my manglet trap to the ground. One of the bears had managed to break free from its jaws. 2 of the hunters blamed my father, and I blamed myself. But one of them, a Nordman with a low brow and sad eyes, told me the truth of it.
What did he tell you?
The bear was a mother, driven by her need to protect her cubs. He said not even the fangs of a dragon could have held her. He tossed my hair and gave me a smile more black than white, but it brightened my day all the same.
And you gained compassion for animals.
Yes, I realized that every beast has a family. Mothers, fathers, daughters and sons. And our right to hunt is not any more valid than their right to live.
I actually kind of agree with you. Anyways, thank you, Lyra. I hope I'll see you again. I must go now.
Farewell.
Gods be with you. Thanks for keeping me warm. But now you know what it's like to get cold again, Serena.
Yes?
What's on your mind?
I've been thinking about an ideal home for us. You know, somewhere to settle when we're done adventuring. I know this might sound odd, but I wouldn't mind living in a cave. Or a grove, really. Something like the Ancestor Glade. Do you think we could have a nice homestead in a place like that
Well,
someday?
The place where we got married. That's my choice. Anyways, we got many other things to do. The day is actually getting on. We've got the ruins around. There's some things in the forest around here we must get to. I'm not sure if we can even get down this way, but let's see. Looks like we can. Just getting up here is not easy. Oh, I could have just walked over here. I didn't know that. I thought where my mother fell, which was down by where Liara was. She wasn't there back at that time. But I could have gone, I guess, and buried my mother's corpse, but I thought it was inaccessible. If I had really cared for her, then maybe, but on the other hand, I almost thought it was a fitting place. Besides which, she may be my birth mother, but she's not my real mother. Auntie was my real mother. And I would have done anything for her. Would never have left her body. Princess. Alright, well, Sarah and I had drinks earlier before we came out. We even talked about Remio. She said she missed, well, not so much missed, but the fact that they got along very well. I think I will miss her too, but as I said, I mean, even this group, there's too many. I do have to talk to this little one, Redcap. I haven't had to try to have a conversation with him. Where is my horse? I bet you she's trying to come. You know what? I know how to get her immediately. Could have done this before. Alright, here goes. Since you're not coming to me. Magically summon my horse. Okay, well, at least you have someone to run along beside you. Now, Serana. Redcap is there. He's really quick, though. Roadside ruins. I went over everything in my journal. There's actually... We've got through quite a bit. I mean, there's still lots to go, like 100 things, but... It's just not as extensive as I had thought it was. Okay, so these things kind of certify... They show you that this is a trail. This is the old Nordic way. Paved roads like the Imperials have all through Cyrodiil. It's nice, easy to follow, but... I don't know. This is the real Nord way. Rough and with the land. I kind of agree with the girl, Layara, but... You hunt what you need. I mean, that's how I was raised, too. Uncle taught me how to hunt, and he taught me how to think and use magic. And what's this? The vampires? No, bandits.
I got this one.
Oh, is it dead? I got them all. There's another one over here. They're attacking one of our horses. What's wrong with you? Attacking a horse? I don't think I've ever done that. Ah, yes, first scene. We've been here before. What if I couldn't talk to this? Ooh. Oh, I'm touching it. Nothing's happening. There are other ways to get the attention of, I would say the gods, but Daedric princes, I don't consider them gods. Even though they do. Okay, so this place that we're going is pretty close. Mount up. We'll be there shortly. Right, one is nearby. Travel to the roadside ruins. What was that about? Oh, in my travels I've heard strange tales about hagravens performing rituals near Falkreath. At the inn I found a journal that detailed the existence of a mysterious altar that grants one of 3 wishes? What? What does an altar that grants wishes have to do with hagravens? I don't know, but it's really close. Oh, that's a little pig. Things you see in the forest. Little pigs. Alright. Is that a dead hunter right there? You know what, I kind of wish I had a lantern. I see other people carrying them all over the place. Why can't I? Oh, this looks more like a bandit. Whoa, what do we got here? Spriggan. That's it? Oh, this has got Hagraven written all over it. I guess they... Can they summon Spriggans? I don't know what they do with their magic. Ruby.
Hey, thanks again for everything. You made the world a better place.
Thank you, my love. Ugh. That's not making this a better place. In fact, I was going to go back and see if I could loot. Amethyst, gold. I took the one, I think. The one you took was the one I checked through. This place is not a place I would want to stay. Especially if those Hagravens come back. Fill altar of power? Nothing? Fortune. No, I'm curious. If you choose nothing, do you have nothing after, or does it you gain nothing? I don't know. Things like this, you read the stories, can be very tricky. Blackbriar mead and some bread. I'm a little hungry. You know, I do need power, though. But what if these are things that they take away from you? Take away all my fortune, take away all my power, and take away nothing. But what if it's the opposite? You have nothing, if you use that. You're getting power. And that's, I guess it's a choice between what's literal. Well, 3 wishes, right? What would anybody else choose here? I'm only hesitant because I know how these things can be. Especially if Sheogorath is involved. Literally, he would probably give you nothing. Like you would have nothing. Or you would turn into nothing. Cease to exist. And then power. Maybe he would use his power to kill you. And fortune. Maybe you would choke on gold. That's how Sheogorath is.
We up late.
Sometimes. There's been some stories where he actually... Rare stories where he helped someone. But... Oh, I don't know what to choose. I mean, these are just Hagravens, right? It's not... Anybody see a sign of anything else? Like one of the Daedric princes? I haven't seen anything. I'm gonna go with power. Because if I'm granted this, I do need to use it against the dragons. Here. Whoa, whoa. What? Where am I? Oh, by the gods. It's like I ended up in prison. Well, this reminds me. I have nothing. Ah, I do have nothing. Oh, at least it's not locked. And my cell was larger than this in the prison. That person looks dead. Same with this one. Thalmor. What is happening here? I don't know what to do. Well, I guess maybe I should. Why would the hunter have forsworn boots? Since I have nothing, I might as well. Put on what I can. I'm not going to dress like a Thalmor. But I will take a weapon. You got the sword? Yes. Take your cloak to keep me warm. Ugh. The sword might have been good when I first came to Skyrim, but now it's nothing. Yeah, my cells were about twice as large as this. What's that? Potion of healing. Can I at least cast spells? Seems so. I just lost everything physically on me. don't even know if I'll need my bow. What have these hagravens done to me? So, if I can cast magic, my skills should all be as good as they were. What is this? That's a big cat in there. Orc? Is this like an arena? Am I dreaming or something? Ale.
Not so tough now, are you?
Can I shout? Hey, Orc? Can I leave? Oh, who are you? That's a funny helmet. Never seen anything like that.
I'll show you a real fight.
Oh, what have the hagravens done to me? We can't even hit that thing. Is there a way for me to climb out?
I fought worse than you.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that I have to defeat this orc. Alright, see if I can't get their attention.
I fought worse than you.
Hey. Hate to do this. Okay, cat. Alright. Hey! Okay, now I'm fighting the cats. These are not wimpy cats. Oh, what happened to my other sword? Right, cats are going down. Oh, is this the champion?
No, better men have tried. Let's finish this.
I wish I had poisons.
Wait! Aren't you the leader of the Thieves Guild? What the heck are you doing taking a fight with us?
Did you say Thieves Guild? Yes, I am.
Time is mine.
Come on.
You're a disgrace to your own kind. Die up. Ready, so I can take your stuff.
My weapons aren't as good. Nor is my equipment. But I have the skill to do this.
ashamed of you. I can best you. Someone's gonna get hurt.
Now what? Oh, I have to fight everybody now. Grand Champion's helm. Probably worth a lot. Her sword should be a lot better than mine. Yes, it is. So in want of... need of something better, I'll take it. Get rid of this iron sword. Oh, it looks nice too. Ugh. What am I supposed to do now? Champion's doorway. I mean, this is where I went in. Got to get out of here. I don't know where I am. This could all be an illusion. Maybe it's a dream. I do like this sword, though. Or maybe I was transported and robbed of everything. Well, they're all in that other room. Ooh. Some loot in here. Nordic bow? Pit fighter's note. Pit fighter's note. A hag handed me this cup, saying it would bring out the best and the worst in me. I wasn't sure about that part, but I do like shiny clink, so I took it off her hands. Besides, I think this hag was half blind and fully empty in the head. This wasn't no cup. Looks more like a trophy to me. So I got to thinking, being the idea guy that I am, if some pit dog goes through all the trouble of becoming champion, we should give them this cup with a ceremony and a feast and such. Maybe even carve their name into it. Then I pitched my idea to the boss, thinking she'd love it. But instead she got real mad, stomped on my bunions, and made me scrub the privy for even entertaining the idea before taking the cup for herself. Next thing I know, I'm down in the dungeon, washing a particularly foul-smelling bucket that it hits me again. In order to be the champion, you'd have to kill the boss first. It's no wonder she was so mad. I guess the old hag was right after all. Turned out it was the best and worst idea all at once. Take these gems. Flawless diamond. So, I need a key. Can't open that. I think that they're trying to look for me.
I'm gonna add your skull to my collection.
You can't hide from me.
Where are you? You can't hide from me.
And I may still show this long.
Where are
you?
Probably should have waited to shout till now.
Won't get away with that. I'm gonna twist that pretty little neck of yours clean. Split your belly like an old woman does. It's the hard way. Nice armor you got there. Now.
Nice armor I've got there, huh? Not really, at all.
Get him! Close. Wait! Aren't you the leader of the guild?
Yes, I am.
Picking up a fight and I may still show you. You're gonna die for that. Ha! You don't have any. Come on! Come on!
Would you go down?
You can't beat me! Victory is yours. I submit. You need to do better than that. I may still show mercy. Ahead.
Some of them are really tough. Ooh.
Is this what you want?
Just you now.
This ends now.
No magicka. Oh, another one came in. This is actually not a bad place to defend. I think that's their leader. Ooh. I have no potions to help, huh? Not good. Got him. Somebody with the bow. You know what? If I had the magicka, I would conjure up some help right now.
Yield, and I may still show mercy.
You have to go down, Argonian. Finally. Whew. Be nice if I had a potion of magicka. You can take me. Somebody else here. Alright. I'm getting a little tired. Ugh. I don't know what I'd be able to do without this heal. I'd be dead long ago. If I couldn't heal myself. Oh, some mead. Forget the bow. What I have is crap. Pit key. Maybe that'll open up that chest. Food. What else can I get from them? Where's my companions? How come they're not here? How come they didn't stop me from being taken? Unless I was just teleported away. Oh, it worked. Oh, it's all my stuff too. Okay, I will be okay. I guess I missed that potion. Could have helped in that fight. Right, let's shed everything I don't need. This Grand Champion sword is good. Get rid of all these things. Don't need any of these things. Take all. Carrying too much. I have to put on my outfit. Starting with my belt. Backpack. Jibs locket. Morning. Restoration aid. Shadow. Sight. Silence. Slash. I think that's it. And I don't need to have this. Yes. My weapons again. Alright, they're in trouble now. I'm pretty sure this is it. Still some of them left out there. Well, they're dead as soon as I get to them. Coin purse. As I said, maybe I was just teleported away. Right, I'm hungry. Ale. You know what? Pork or stew. Good for the body too.
This one's loot is mine.
I didn't see what was behind me. No one will stand a chance against me. Not even the dragons. Even if I'm by myself. I am the Dragonborn. I am unstoppable.
This place makes me feel a little
What?
uneasy. Let's not stick around here for too long.
Other gods, where am I? Did I come out of here? It was here that we were, the roadside ruins. North Shriekwood Bastion. Oh, that's the vampire place. I don't know what just happened. I'm actually kind of confused. The pit? I passed out after performing a ritual at a hag-raven altar only to wake up in a dungeon. Upon waking out of the prison area, walking out, I found myself in an arena fighting both man and beast. After finishing off the champion, I entered the barracks, retrieved my belongings, and escaped the fortress. Well, that's it then. Alright. Now I can call my horse. It's kind of a nice night. Oh, I don't know where she is. The other place that we're to go to is really close. Ugh, all that and back to normal, huh? It's... What is this way? Have I not been here before? No, I'm curious. Was this the place I just was in? Watchtower Barracks. You would think I would just... It was nothing. No, I was in here. This is where I was. I know that there's at least one more in here somewhere. What's this? Ugh. Dead bodies really smell, actually. Mixed unit tactics. In the 5 Years' War. Was there ever a volume 2? Oh, I don't want that. Don't want it. I have read this. Almost like another life I read it. So long ago.
Why are we even hanging around here?
Well, there was nothing in there.
This here better be important.
And what's down here? This is the pit that I was fighting in. Well, they were still calling for my blood. How did they take me? Hagraven magic, maybe? Anybody still here? This is an awful place. Let's get out of here.
I don't suppose you'd like to sit down and work this out over a cup
So,
of tea?
this is the Falkreath Watchtower.
I didn't think so.
What's in here? Enemy up top. Ah, necromancer. Stop healing. Garlic. Liminal bridges. Huh. Discourse on the theory and praxis of traveling between Mundus and Oblivion. Weird. Book of Daedra. I think I have that. Ooh, I'll take all of it. Ugh, I don't even know what these stupid necromancers are doing. Anyways, not much here. Ooh. On to the next place. Is it here? It's close by. Straight to the west. Oh, we left Princess down the hill a bit. She'll get to me. This is so close. Ooh. Bear? Stay there. We don't need to bother with you. Wolves. Lots of wolves. Oh. What the deer ran into me. I thought it was the bear. Why are you... Okay, well, whatever. Wolves don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. They can eat the deer and the bear we just killed. Alright, what was this place again? Helps to know what you're going up against. Retrieve the Tear of Kinnereth. What is that? Fish. That's one of... okay, so this I don't need to have as far away, the next one. Oh, I don't know. I think I took it off my list. What was it? Oh no. It was the one... Oh, yeah, okay. It should be near the top, actually, shouldn't it? No. Let me find it. Okay, I need someone else's blessing. The Tear of Kinnereth. It was nearby. Right here? Somebody's camp.
I couldn't do it, Yori.
Oh, I see her.
Right there in front of me.
Octavius was something of a hoarder himself, you know.
If
Always
to
wished he
give
could
me
carry
courage,
more.
Still, it wasn't enough. God's forgive me.
What's wrong?
I couldn't do it. Even if it had to be done. I don't care.
Bosmer
what
female.
she's become. It's not fair to ask a child to slay her own mother. What are you doing here?
Hmm? Who are you talking to?
Alright. It's the name I've given this Nord carving.
Oh.
It helps sometimes, having someone there, even if he isn't real.
What happened with your mother?
I was supposed to slay her. The hunters, they said she was killing their own.
Really? You can talk to me. Tell me what happened.
It was easy for me to track the blood. There was so much of it. And the forest was so angry. I could hear the insects beat their wings like 1,000 tiny drums. When I reached the barrow, I saw something. It was bigger than any creature I'd ever seen. I managed to wound it, but when it came time for the killing blow, I couldn't.
Did you say the bear?
Somehow I knew it was still her. So I ran.
Oh.
When I returned, the hunters stormed off into the woods to finish the job. I don't know what they expected of me. I couldn't hurt her. How could anyone?
Then why did you agree to it?
I had to. She was my responsibility. But I couldn't. The hunters, the gods, they gave me a chance to make things right, and I failed them. Do you think she's dead?
There's still hope. Let me see what I can find out. Where is this barrow?
The roadside ruins. That's where I dropped my bow. If you find it, I'd like it back. But if you forgive me, I pray you don't find anything else.
The roadside ruins. Where would that be? Hopefully not far from here. No, that's something else. I've got things marked on my to-do list. That's there. Lots of solitude, too. What is this over here? Meet the Brute of Talos. You know, that's all part of getting these blessings. Mark of Debella. At Eldergrim Sanctuary. Okay. That's all over Skyrim. But... Galadriel. Do you get many travelers in these parts?
None that bothered to stop. Although, there was that Nord from Riften who spent the night.
I may know of this man. What was his name?
Good question. It sounded sort of like Highgraven,
Huh?
but that couldn't be it. That would be an awful thing to name a child.
Did this Nord have any good stories to tell?
He did. But I'm warning you, you won't like how I tell it.
I'm sure you would tell it just fine.
Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. The tale I remember best was about his adventure in the Reach. One night it was very dark and cold, and he was frightened. Then, when he felt all was lost, a voice shouted out, "The blood's all below your waist!"
My friend,
No.
I was wondering, do you
Wait.
like sweet rolls?
That part comes later?
Sweet roll.
If these bones, I really messed it up, didn't I?
Interesting. I happen to have 2 sweet rolls here.
I've heard
Would you
worse.
like one of
Somehow I doubt that. But
Yes,
thanks.
please. Give.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Yay! Nom, 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 nom.
What did you just give him, Indigo?
Meat, fine. Sweet roll. Make. Red cap. Fast.
I am guessing you are pretty speedy. I bet I could still outrun you if I wanted to.
Nuh-uh. We race. Red cap. Win.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
Meat, fast. Meat, fast.
Take it that this isn't... You know, you have your bow on your back, right?
There's something
She must have been
exactly
talking about this.
Keep up, Lucian.
It was right where we were, right where I filled that bowl up and was transported by the Hagravens with their magic. Right, back to Mark. Galathriel. She's an attractive Bosmer woman, but I don't think she's quite right. But she's kind of... Sorry, I'm sorry, my love. Oh, what is this? A giant spider egg. Eek. It's out in the middle of the forest like that. Okay, that didn't take me very long.
My bow! You found it! And my mother?
Your mother? I just found the bow. I don't know anything about your mother. She must have fled. One of the hunters wasn't consumed.
Do you think she's safe? Listen to me. Worried about her when so many are dead. If you forgive me.
You mentioned the bow was important to you.
When my mother lived in Valenwood, she came across an old tree that made for the perfect home, if not for a single wayward limb. A travelling outsider offered to cut it down, and from the wood he fashioned a bow. Together they would later form a village. It wasn't the best wood, and it isn't much of a bow, but for Mother, it was a piece of home. For me, this bow is a piece of her. I thank you for returning it. If there's anything you need, I will do my best to help.
I need your assistance in the trial of the gods.
Then this truly must be fate, for you to bring me this bow. I will do as you ask.
I require Kinnereth's blessing.
Alright. As a city elf, this feels a bit odd, but I give you her blessing. And mine.
Thank you. Oh, by the gods, she's really short. I'm used to women like you. Like Remiel wasn't as tall as Serena, but Galathriel is really, really short. Alright, I didn't sleep. Well, maybe I did a bit when I was knocked out. I don't think that there's anything else here. I mean, I have the Lord of Falkreath asked me if I wouldn't, I'm not sure. Was it to kill or capture the leader of Serpent's Bluff Redoubt? Or kill the leader of Serpent's Bluff Redoubt in the Reach. I've got 2 for the same place. I think that's what he wanted me to do, but what about Bannermas Tower? Why is it on my map? Anyways, I'm tired. Quite tired. This is a nice place, truth be told. We have a nice little spot. How about I put down my tent, I read a book, and go to sleep, and then we'll be off in the morning. Well, I don't want to be off in the night. Yeah, anyways, I'll use this. Actually, you know what? There's a better place. Let's get to it. Hey, there's a horse over there. One of those wild horse will run when I get close. Well, nice spot. The edge is a little close, but just don't fall off whoever's sleeping there. I can make a larger tent, and I'm looking forward to it. It's such a nice area. I love the Falkreath region. Right, I am going to read a book. Everybody, just take it easy for now. Blackbriar Mead. Oh, how about 2? And, let's read A Dance in the Fire, a book I've wanted to read for a long time. I read it some time ago when I was young. Chapter 1 by Wagan Jarth. It's not by Decimus Scotti. I thought he wrote it. So yeah, this is 3rd era, 397. So it's about over 140 years ago. So scene, the Imperial City, Cyrodiil. Date, 7th Frostfall, 3rd era, 397. His 4th era, 402. It seemed as if the palace had always housed the Atreus Building Commission, the company of clerks and estate agents who authored and notarized nearly every construction of any note in the Empire. It had stood for 250 years since the reign of the Emperor Magnus. A plain fronted an austere hall on a minor but respectable plaza in the Imperial City. Energetic and ambitious middle-class lads and ladies worked here, as well as complacent middle-aged ones like Decimus Scotti. No one could imagine a world without the Commission, least of all Scotti. To be accurate, he could not imagine a world without himself in the Commission. All the bureaucrats that they have down in Imperial City. Lord Atreus is perfectly aware of your contributions, said the managing clerk, closing the shutter that demarcated Scotti's office behind him. But you know that things have been difficult. Yes, said Scotti stiffly. Lord Vanek's men have been giving us a lot of competition lately, and we must be more efficient if we are to survive. Unfortunately, that means releasing some of our historically best but presently underachieving senior clerks. I understand. Can't be helped. I'm glad that you understand, smiled the managing clerk, smiling thinly and withdrawing. Please, have your room cleared immediately. Poor Scotti. Between this adventure and the one where he goes to the Black Marsh. Scotti began the task of it. I'll read that one after this one. I think I have all the books to it too. If not, I'll seek them out. Scotti began the task of organizing all his work to pass on to his successor. It would probably be young Imbralius who would take most of it on, which was as it should be. He considered philosophically. The lad knew how to find business. Scotti wondered idly what the fellow would do with the contracts for the new statue of Saint Alessia for which the Temple of the One had applied. Probably invent a clerical error, blame it on his old predecessor Decimus Scotti, and require an additional cost to rectify. I have correspondence for Decimus Scotti on the Atreus Building Commission. Scotti looked up. A fat-faced courier had entered his office and was thrusting forth a sealed scroll. He handed the boy a gold piece and opened it up. By the poor penmanship, atrocious spelling and grammar, and overall unprofessional tone, it was manifestly evident who the writer was. Leodes Juris, a fellow clerk some years before who had left the commission after being accused of unethical business practices. Dear Scotti. He does write bad. I imagine, not imagine, imagine. You This is going to drive me nuts. I imagine you always wondered what happened to me, and the last place you would have expected to find me is out in the woods. But that's exactly where I am. Ha ha. If you're... at least he writes... Well, my brother writes better than him. This one's really dumb. Haha, if you're smart and want to make a lot of extra gold for Lord Atreus and yourself, haha, you'll come down to Valenwood? It's Valenwood. 2. If you haven't or have been following the politics here lately, you may or may not know that there's been a war between the Bosmer and their neighbors elsewhere over the past 2 years. Oh, that's also that book I picked up when I was in that pit. Yeah, so the war between the Bosmer and the Gajits and elsewhere went on for a while, back around that time. That was way before even my grandmother was born. And their neighbors elsewhere the past 2 years. Things have only just calmed down, and there's a lot that needs to be rebuilt. Now I've got more business than I can handle, but I need someone with some clout, someone representing a respected agency to get the quill in the ink. That someone is you, my friend. Come meet me at Mithur Pasco's Tavern in Falinesti, Valenwood. I'll be here 2 weeks and you won't be sorry. Juris. P.S. Bring a wagon load of timber if you can. Oh, yeah, because they don't cut down trees down there. Weirdest thing. I've never been inside Valenwood. Been along the border a lot, though. In Cyrodiil. What do you have there, Scotty? Asked a voice. Scotty started. It was Imbralius, his damnably handsome face peeking through the shutters, smiling in that way that melted the hearts of the stingiest of patrons and the roughest of stonemasons. Scotty shoved the letter in his jacket pocket. Personal correspondence, he sniffed. I'll be cleared up here in just a moment. I don't want to hurry you, said Imbralius, grabbing a few sheets of blank contracts from Scotty's desk. I've just gone through a stack, and the junior scribe's hands are all cramping up, so I thought you wouldn't miss a few. The lad vanished. Scotty retrieved the letter and read it again. He thought about his life, something he rarely did. It seemed a sea of grey with a black insurmountable wall looming. There was only one narrow passage he could see in that wall. Quickly, before he had a moment to reconsider it, he grabbed a dozen of the blank contracts with the shimmering gold leaf, Atreus building commissioned by appointment of His Imperial Majesty, and hid them in the satchel with his personal effects. Of course he's going to elsewhere. The next day he began his adventure with a giddy lack of hesitation. He arranged for a seat in a caravan bound for Valenwood, the single escorted conveyance to the southeast leaving the Imperial City that week. He had scarcely hours to pack, but he remembered to purchase a wagon load of timber. It will be extra gold to pay for a horse to pull that, frowned the convoy lead. So I anticipated, smiled Scotty with his best Imbralius grin. 10 wagons and all set off that afternoon through the familiar Cyrodiil countryside, one I know well. Past fields of wildflowers, gently rolling woodlands, friendly hamlets. The clap of the horse's hoofs against the sound stone road reminded Scotty that the Atreus Building Commission constructed it. I wonder if that's still completely intact today. It probably is. Roads last a while. 5 of the 18 necessary contracts for its completion were drafted by his own hand. Very smart of you to bring that wood along, said a grey whiskered Breton man next to him on his wagon. You must be in commerce. Of a sort, said Scotty, in a way he hoped was mysterious, before introducing himself. Decimus Scotty. Griff Mallon, said the man. I'm a poet, actually a translator of old Bosmer literature. I was researching some newly discovered tracks of the... how do you even say that? Menoriad play bar 2 years ago when the war broke out, and I had to leave. You are no doubt familiar with the Noriad. I'm just going to say Noriad. If you're aware of the Green Pact. Oh. I'm not too familiar with that. I know about the Green Pact where they can't eat anything from trees, plants or anything. It's all meat. Scotty thought the man might be speaking perfect gibberish, but he nodded his head. Naturally, I don't pretend that the Noriad is as renowned as the May Eladian, or as the ancient as the Dancer Goal, but I think it has remarkable significance to understanding the nature of the Merolithic Bosmer mind. The origin of the wood elf aversion to cutting their own wood or eating any plant material at all, yet paradoxically their willingness to import plant stuff from other cultures. I feel can be linked to a passage in the Noriad Malin. Malin shuffled through some of his papers, searching for the appropriate text. To Scotty's vast relief, the carriage soon stopped. To camp for the night. They were high on a bluff over a grey stream, and before them was the great valley of Valenwood. Only the cry of seabirds declared the presence of the ocean to the bay to the west. Here the timber was so tall and wide, twisting around itself like an impossible knot begun eons ago, to be impenetrable. A few more modest trees, only 50 feet to the lowest branches, stood on the cliff at the edge of the camp. The sight was so alien to Scotty, and he found himself so anxious about the proposition of entering the wilderness that he could not imagine sleeping. Fortunately, Malin had supposed he had found another academic with passion for the riddles of ancient cultures. Long into the night, he recited Bosmer verse in the original and in his own translation, sobbing and bellowing and whispering whenever appropriate. Gradually, Scotty began to feel drowsy, but a sudden crack of wood made him sit up straight. Snapping made him sit up straight. What was that? Malin smiled. I like it too. Convocation in the malignity of the moonless speculum, a dance of fire. There are some enormous birds up in the trees moving around, whispered Scotty, pointing in the direction of the dark shapes above. I wouldn't worry about that, said Malin, irritated with his audience. Now listen to how the poet characterizes Hermea Mora's invocation in the 18th stanza of the 4th book. The dark shapes in the trees were some of them perched like birds, others slithered like snakes, and still others stood up straight like men. As Malin recited his verse, Scotty watched the figures softly leap from branch to branch, half gliding across the impossible distances for anything without wings. They gathered in groups, and they reorganized until they had spread to every tree around the camp. Suddenly, they plummeted from the heights. Mara! Cried Scotty. They're falling like rain! Probably seed pods. Malin shrugged, not turning around. Some of the trees have remarkable... The camp erupted into chaos. Fires burst out in the wagons. The horses wailed from mortal blows. Casks of wine, fresh water, and liquor gushed from their contents to the ground. A nimble shadow dashed past Scotty and Malin, gathering sacks of grain and gold with impossible agility and grace. Scotty had only one glance at it, lit up by a sudden nearby burst of flame. It was a sleek creature with pointed ears, wide yellow eyes, mottled, pied fur, and a tail like a whip. Werewolf, he whimpered, shrinking back. Cathay rat, groaned Malin. Much worse. Khajiit cousins or some such thing, come to plunder. Are you sure? As quickly as they struck, the creatures retreated, diving off the bluff before the battle mage and knight. The caravan's escorts had fully opened their eyes. Malin and Scotty ran to the precipice and saw 100 feet below the tiny figures dash out of the water, shake themselves, and disappear into the wood. Werewolves aren't acrobats like that, said Malin. They're definitely Cathay rat. Bastard thieves. Thanks, Stendar, they didn't realize the value of my notebooks. It wasn't a complete loss. Oh, by the gods. Yes, Decimus Scotty. Someone who doesn't know how to do anything but his paperwork. Working as a clerk in the Imperial City. Well... or whatever they call his position. I've seen many of them when I was down there. That is his life, and he gets caught up in all these adventures. That's just the start. And the first set of books, too, because he also goes to the Black Marsh after this, and another set of books. Alright, I'm tired. It's time to sleep.
I am in your way. I am sorry. If
You're right,
you do
Inigo.
not mind, when we have a moment, I would like to discuss something with you. Remind me next time we are seated somewhere safe.
This is safe.
Langley's house would be a bad idea, though. What I want to discuss concerns him.
I was wondering about Langley. Why don't you just tell me now?
And be rudely interrupted by a wolf attack or some such? No, it can wait.
Okay, we'll talk in a tavern then. Where would you like to talk, though?
Any peaceful area with a place for us both to sit will do. An inn or a home would be preferable, but as long as we are not in danger, I really do not mind where we talk.
Okay. We'll rest our legs and have a chat soon.
Good. It is not a pressing issue, just something I would like to hear your opinion on.
Any thoughts?
I'm thinking, what is Mr. Dragonfly thinking?
What do you think of Redcap so far, Inigo?
I like him. He is handy in his scrap, that is for sure.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, actually. How about an improvised song? That would be nice.
Fair enough. I will give it my best shot.
You've done it once before.
Here we go. I, myself, and me joined to sing a song. We opened our mouth and released some words. I wondered if we would be standing here long. We stood and thought and pondered where thoughts begin. My mind is bare. What are you thinking? What is on your mind? I've heard certain thoughts can make you go blind. Trouble nearby. The song will have to wait.
Really? What was that? Oh, the laugh reel. What is this? Attack. Hey, the Dark Brotherhood. I've been attacked by them before. I guess you had a point, Inigo. Attacked by wolves or whatever. I don't know if they're even after us. Flawless diamond. You alright?
My mother's spirit is in this bow.
Good. Alright, well, I've got to get back to the tent. I only had a few hours sleep, but I like the day compared... There's a dragon mound there. I like the day compared to night. Surprised that those Dark Elf assassins were operating it during the day.
Lucian.
Yes, Inigo?
Teach me something interesting, please.
Ooh, let's see.
Serena?
Do you need something?
It's delicious.
Yeah, I love you.
Well, aren't you the romantic one?
Always.
Yes, I think I heard
Come here. Kiss.
fascinating stuff.
I just can't get enough of you.
It's my pleasure, Inigo.
I love you too.
Okay, Redcap. I'd like to get something interesting out of you.
Gave me sweet roll. Me like him.
I saw that earlier. I need to ask you questions. I don't know anything about you. Where are you from, Redcap?
Big ash rock. Snow. More like red cap.
Do you ever miss it?
Red cap had tribe. Had pig.
You had a pig.
Uh-huh. Big pig.
And you came from a tribe of other weaklings.
Yes. Small tribe. Live in village. Under big ash rock.
Oh. If we go to the Big Ash Rock, will you take me?
Red cap show. But no stay. Stay with you.
Why? Don't you want to go home? You want to go to Solstein? Hey.
Inigo. Smart. And blue.
Oh, someone call him purple. But he's blue to me. Hey,
Dobaka.
actually, well, I don't even know what color is. About adventuring together.
Uh-huh.
What the... Oh, never mind. You call me Dovaka? Can I ask you some questions?
Ask.
So about that witch that had you, that Anais.
Witch.
Do you remember what she said when she died? Death is but a door.
Redcap, here.
What do you think she meant?
Nothing good.
Oh, I didn't think it was good. I wonder if she'll come back. Sometimes those witches with their Hagraven magic, they do things like that. Hey.
Agaro.
What? I'd like to ask you more questions.
Ask.
What more about this Anais?
Witch.
Yeah, the witch. What did the witch do to you?
Change me. Hurt me. Redcap hate witch.
About your unique coloration?
Witch change Redcap.
What? Do you wish you looked like you did before?
Color no matter. Redcap okay.
Oh. Why can you speak better than other weaklings?
All weaklings speak. Others don't understand. But most not smart. Redcap different. Learn fast. Witch make learn faster.
Oh. So I saw the magical light in your inventory. You always put up a light?
Yes. Redcap's light.
Where did you get it?
Witch make tell Redcap don't lose or else.
Oh. What about your red helmet?
Yes, you like?
I'm not big on red myself.
Oh.
Don't mean to insult. It's fine, the color. I don't know. I hope he doesn't do something to us while we're sleeping. But he seems to be okay so far. Right, now I'm going to sleep. Kind of like your old thing, sleep during the day. You ex-vampire, you. I'm tired. I'll sleep. Maybe we'll sleep till middle of the night, so when we get up, it'll be dark, but the Magnus rays will be coming. I like that, actually. Building the home in Skyrim was one of the more memorable activities in the game that I've done. I think there are 3 places, one in Falkreath, one in the Morthal Swamps, and if I'm right, the other one is in the snow by Dawnstar. I'd take the one in Falkreath any day. That area really is a lot like the forest here in the lower mainland of where Vancouver, British Columbia is. I actually live in a smaller city just east of Vancouver. Vancouver is one of the most congested places in North America traffic-wise, so I don't care to spend all that time on the road. What we have where we live is all we need. I used to work in downtown Vancouver a lot. It's an hour and a half just to get there in the mornings and the same coming back, so it's kind of frustrating. I really don't miss that. But this area where I live is, well, just the entire lower mainland, not just where I live here, is beautiful. Full of mountains and forests just like in Falkreath Holt. There is a nearby place I discovered a couple of years ago when my 2 boys and I were out exploring on our bikes. It's an old-growth forest right by my son's middle school, where upon entering it, everything changes. The forest is thick, old, and the light sort of goes out above you. It's noticeably different as soon as you enter. I almost felt like we were in a different world. It was really neat, and it's only about a 10-minute bike ride away from here. The city has pathways all through it for hikers and cycling. It's large, but not that large. Don't get the impression it's enormous. It's between 2 subdivisions and a school, I guess. Then we have a nearby river by us, the Pit River, and for as far as you can see to the north and east of there, it's completely mountains and forests, totally uninhabited. It goes on for hundreds of kilometers that way. It was breathtaking in late summer when I first went. Next time I go there, I'll have to take pictures of the place. Everything. I should take more pictures of the trail along the river, especially in the old-growth forest. So I haven't taken any pictures of the old-growth forest because the couple of times I've been there I was sort of mesmerized by it. It's just totally different than anything I've ever seen or experienced, and I've been through a lot of hiking and bike trails. This is how I imagine the Falkreath area, too. I've never been to Europe, the place of my ancestors, but one day I'd like to. I know there's a lot of people there, and culture, and old cities, towns, and castles, and that's the point. I want to see that old world. I don't expect to go and see the forests and mountains, but I see Skyrim as sort of a blend of that and where I live. There's an important poll in which you can vote for the future of my channel coming up on November 20th, 2024. It will be up for the whole week as usual, so make sure you vote. Take care.